2000 here coming at you with a movie review of the third movie in the Firefight trilogy, or Devil's Rejects trilogy as they call it, whatever anybody wants to call it. Three from Hell, the third film in the series, starring Bill Mosley, Sheri Moon Zombie, and Richard Brake, and Sid Haig, which originally Sid Haig was supposed to be in this movie, but he sadly was sick around this time, so it's really sad. And he passed away during the premiere week of this movie when it was appearing in Fathom events and select theaters. But yeah, very sad what happened to Sid Haig. Rest in peace, that legendary actor playing Captain Spaulding in the first and second movie. He was great in those movies. Of course, after he wrote it, and adding the character Foxy Firefly, played by Richard Brake, who was in Doom, who was in the recent Tremors movie, and he was also in Barbarian with Justin Long and Bill Skarsgård. And he was also known. People didn't realize that he was actually the Night King in Game of Thrones under that makeup. So yeah, Richard Brake is a good addition to the movie, but it sucks that Sid Haig sadly passed away during this film. It's not a rant or anything, because I know a lot of people find this movie to be a piece of shit. Like, to me, this is better than the Monsters movie, because that movie was awful by Rob Zombie. I think that's, to me, his worst movie. This movie isn't that bad. It does have some cons where it does have some slow parts in the first and second half, but I do like the third act in Mexico where they have the final shootout, which is cool. I do like that finale. And the absence of Sid Haig is really sadly missed in the movie. Of course, he has his final scene in the movie. It was because the movie starts off after the events of the second film. They did survive the shootout, and Sid Haig as Captain Spaulding, he has his final moments being interviewed, being crazy, and having his final words. And of course, they executed his character off screen, and they're about to execute Otis and Baby Firefly. Rest in peace, Captain Spaulding, played by Sid Haig, great actor. But of course, you get Otis Firefly, played again by Bill Mosley, who does a crazy performance. And I like his performance. Public Enemy #1, motherfucker. #1. After he kills Rondo, played by Danny Trejo, who was one of the prisoners that they were doing through a jail work and convention. They were at a jail work, and Foxy Firefly, who's his brother's character in the movie, helps him get escape by killing all the guards and killing Rondo at the end, shooting him in the head, and having that line, #1, motherfucker, #1, motherfucker. Of course, they make their escape during this documentary found footage, and the warden's pissed about this, so they wanted to hunt them down. And of course, Sheri Moon Zombie as Baby Firefly, still looking great, good for her age, and still looking fine and sexy as hell, and being crazy, knocking one of the guardswoman's nose and breaking her nose. And that guard lady's played by Dee Wallace, who was in The Howling and Cujo, and also in Rob Zombie's Halloween. She plays like the guard lady that's like an asshole towards Baby Firefly, and also hiring two women prisoners to kill and murder Baby Firefly, but she is taking no shit and kills them like a motherfucker, butchering and cutting their guts out. And yeah, she ain't gonna go down like a motherfucker, so she kicks ass. And of course, the warden and his friend are being taunted and disturbed by was it Otis and Foxy, and they're disturbingly attacking their wives that's there and tormenting them, throwing ashes everywhere. And then they get a visit by this clown party clown called Mr. Britches, played by the great Clint Howard, who's like doing like all this shitty clown tricks, and Otis is all bored of shit there. And he's about to shoot him until like he pisses his pants. The clown pisses his pants, and like it makes him laugh until like you're going straight to clown heaven. Shooting Mr. Bridges in the head. I hate clowns, of course. And also, they before they invaded their house, they also murdered two hunting couples that were trying to kill them to get their bounty for their money of finding them, because they're on the run and they're hunted for a bounty. So they convinced the warden to have him take Baby Firefly out of the prison and take her out and let us be escape. And he does. And of course, D Wallace, his character as a guard, is like going into the room and being suspicious, like what's going on. And then Baby strangles her, getting that guard her comeuppance, trying to get her killed. So yeah, Baby got her hands on the guard that tried to kill her. Puts her guard's clothes on, makes her escape, go to the house, going all crazy. Everybody's going all crazy, killing the victims, smashing faces with a gun, slicing throats, going all crazy, slashing stomachs and dicing the intestines, and going all carnage and crazy and mayhem like a motherfucker. And of course, they get caught by an old lady that sees this happening, so they make their escape and go to a motel, and they hide out there. And Baby Firefly's like walking around trying to get a soda, and she encounters a dude that's going to a Halloween party. And that actor is played by Sean Whalen from Wes Craven's People on Stairs, Python 2000, and Twister, with Bill Paxton as one of Bill Paxton's assistants in that movie. Sean Whalen plays. He's a good actor, and he was also in Tammy and the T-Rex, which is he played one of the asshole douchebags in the movie. Good actor. I like Sean Whalen. So he plays like a little small character who wants to invite Baby to the party, and she's excited to go, but he realizes who she is, and she kills him after realizing who he is. Off screen, cutting his eyes out and leaving him to die with his eyes all cut out. And still in his costume and playing around, and pisses off Otis, so they have to like leave. So they head a high road with a van and going to Mexico. And then they get to Mexico, they go to a hotel, having a good time. They talk to the motel owner, and as soon as they're gone to their business, the motel owner rats on them, and he calls Aquarius, who's like the leader of this gang cartel called the Black Satans, and Aquarius is revealed to be Rondo's son, Danny Trejo's character. So he wants revenge because the motel clerk snitches on them, and the motel clerk, I forgot the guy's name, but he was seen in movies like Platoon and Do the Right Thing, a Spike Lee film, and he was also in Summer of Sam, and he also appeared in Ferris Bueller's Day Off as one of the parking lot attendants that have fun with Cameron's dad's car, and they run around and joyride with him and his friend. That actor, but he plays the motel clerk that snitches to Aquarius where they're at, the Three from Hell trios. So they're getting ready, and Aquarius is played by Emilio Rivera. Emilio Rivera, who was seen in the, a lot of people recognize him in the Mayans M.C. TV show, which is the spin-off to Son of Anarchy. And he did appear in Son of Anarchy, but he's like one of the leader gangs in that show, and he also appeared in other movies. Like he appeared in Venom with Tom Hardy. He appeared in Spider-Man 3. He appeared in El Chicano. He appeared in I'm not sure if he did appear in Training Day. I might be wrong. He also appeared, ironically, him and Danny Trejo appeared in Con Air as Cyrus the Virus's goons, cons in the movie. So yeah, that's ironic that he's playing the son character, and his dad's Danny Trejo, and they did appear in Con Air, so that's funny. But Emilio Rivera does a good job playing Aquarius, showing emotion, showing that he wants vengeance for his papa. Vengeance is coming for you, papa. Of course, they have their fun time. Foxy and Otis are with their chicas, having fun with them. Baby Firefly is having fun with throwing knives and showing off with these jackasses that are trying to be jerks to her, but shows off that she can throw knives really good. And she also grows bond with this assistant to the motel dude, who's played by Pancho Moller, who was in previously in 31, which is another Rob Zombie film that was back before he made this. He was like the Hitler Mexican dude in the 31 movie, but he plays the motel assistant guy that's friendly and talks kind to Baby Firefly and gives her breakfast the next morning and has a good conversation about her and her life and about her dad, and jamming to music and drawing a picture of her, like an art picture. And then it comes Aquarius and his in his gang of black satans that are dudes with white suits and red demonic luchador mask. And of course, Rob Zombie was a big fan of Low Life, which is the character El Monstro wears the luchador mask, red, colored red mask. So yeah, he was a big fan, so that's why he added that aspect of why they were in the luchador mask, because he's a big fan of Low Life from 2017. And I do like the look of the mask. They are pretty cool masks. Like, some people thought it was cheesy, but I thought it was unique, like pretty cool. And they have like these big ass guns and shit. And they want to hunt down the three from hell, and then they do. They go to Pancho Moller. He's like trying to run to Otis and warn them about Satan's trying to kill you, coming to kill you, and then boom, one of the bimbos open the door and poof, they start shooting the first prostitute lady, poof, like shooting through her tits and her stomach, and it's ruined by a little bit of CGI blood, which is a piece of shit. I hate CGI blood. It's bad, but all in all, they have this badass shootout. That it's kind of ruined with CGI blood, but pretty cool shootout. With and then Otis has his gun and shooting at them, and then Foxy comes and saves him. Aquarius kills Foxy's girlfriend, and then Foxy shoots the the ones that are in front of the door to save Otis and Pancho Moller, and then smashing their face with the gun, and they're going to find Baby and shoot these other Black Satan members. Baby is ready with the arrow and shoots them with the arrow, grab them in the hits them in the throat and stabbing them in the stomach with a machete, and hitting them in the another one in the back of the head, and then boom, they start like going after one by one with these Black Satan members. One of them gets shot by Pancho Moller, and then Baby Firefly throws him with an arrow and starts jamming a knife in his throat, brutally and grossly, brutality, carnage. And then she's knocked out by Aquarius, and Aquarius also not just only kidnaps Baby Firefly, but also kidnaps Foxy, and they're being held captive and calling out Otis, and Otis does shoot the rat bastard motel clerk that rat them out with a cucaracha noise after shooting him, playing on the horn of the car. Fucking rat. And then starts having a discussion with the final discussion with Aquarius and finding out which one do you want to fight, me or the other two. I'll take the Mongoloid, which is the big ass, tall member, Black Satan member, and they have this vicious, violent, brutal fight scene. And there's a bit of crappy CGI blood, which I don't know why CGI blood needs to be needed in this movie. Rob Zombie used practical blood in the first two movies. Like, come on, how expensive it is to use real blood. which is kind of crap. Every time I see CGI blood, it's awful and lazy crap. And of course, Pancho Moller comes and gives Foxy, like, going behind, because they're Aquarius and his other last member of the group is watching the Mongoloid Black Satan member fighting Otis with a machete fight. Of course, they're getting cut and licking their blood wounds and going vicious and carnage. Pancho Moller gives Baby a knife and gets Foxy a gun, freeing them and tying them. And of course, one of them doesn't see Baby, so it's like saying, "Fuck, where is she? I never shit, motherfucker." And then Pancho Moller shoots that dude in the arm, and that Black Satan member shoots Pancho Moller and kills him. Very sad that character gets killed, because Baby thought that character felt like he was tiny. She was like similar to Tiny Firefly, who's a great character in the series. That's nice and kind to her. Very sad that character dies. And then that member, that Black Satan member that says "motherfucker," that's Noel G, who played Hector in the Fast and the Furious movie, and he was also a crazy neighbor character in The Purge Anarchy with that shotgun and threatening to kill the mom and daughter in that movie and saying, "It's a motherfucking purge, my fucking time." Yeah, but I'll review that another time. But yeah, Foxy shoots that Black Satan member in the head, and then that distracts the Mongoloid, and Otis gets the upper hand and kills the Mongoloid, and then the Baby Firefly grabs Aquarius on the knife by the throat and threatening to kill him, and then they set him into the coffin, and they burn him alive, and he burns to death, really brutally and disturbingly shot. And of course, they see Aquarius just getting burned and cooked after Otis had that brutal fight with the Mongoloid, stabbing him in the gut. A bunch of guts and blood comes out of his stomach, destroying and defeating the Mongoloid, and burning Aquarius alive in the coffin. Of course, they walk away with a pretty good music at the end. I think also a one-legged dog joins them and tags along with them, and then they're driving away in the car in black and white filter with a good music playing in the background, and they're driving, and cast credits and music and Rob Zombie's name. And yeah, that's the end of the movie. And we don't know if we're going to get a fourth movie or not, but yeah, that's my review for Three from Hell, the third movie in the Firefly series. It's a mixed bag of it, but all in all, it's okay. I do like the finale more than the first and second half, because the movie does kind of get boring in the second half. And Sid Haig is sadly missed in the movie. But I didn't think Richard Brake wasn't that bad as the third trio. But I kind of wish Sid Haig. I just wish Sid Haig was in the movie more. But it's sad what happened to him. And rest in peace, that great actor. But all in all, that's my review for Three from Hell, folks. Yeah, this movie is not that bad. It's a mixed bag for everybody that they think it's a piece of shit, but I liked it better than the Monsters movie. That movie sucked ass. But yeah, I didn't mind it. It's a mixed bag movie, but did like the finale. But yeah, hit the like, subscribe, and take care, folks. Have a good day. Bye bye.